Hi, I'm Jason. I offer SecChem healings, spirit guidance, mentorships, and also facilitate breath work with amazing sound healers and these ceremonies we do that we're going to start taking on the road very soon. Right now, we're doing them every Wednesday at the Zen Garden on the Big Island of Hawaii, and that's Pahoa. So, the thing I wanted to talk about today is uh, the breath and the power of the breath and how the breath is the most vital thing that we need here. That the breath is what connects us to all things. And that feeling of the inhale and that exhale is really closer to who we truly are than any thoughts in our head, any experiences we've had, any beliefs, ideas. That's all valuable, but really when it comes down to it, connecting with that breath, connecting with the feeling of the breath, and that bringing us into presence, into the awareness of everything around us, the emotion that comes up, what's happening in our environment, to be able to breathe and just be present with it and accept it as it is without the judgment, the analyzation, and all the things the mind wants to try to put on it in an effort to keep us safe and protected from repeating past pains or traumas or things of that nature, that it's very good at keeping us in the same lane. And so when we want to break out of that lane, there's always these thoughts that want to bring us back. And so that's why nothing in the mind is ever going to get us out of that. It takes presence, and the presence has got to come from deep within. And for me, the fastest way I know to do that is to use the breath. And I created a breathing technique called galactic breathing, which even before we do that breathing, I bring people into presence with different forms of breath work and focusing on the heart, and also calming down the nervous system. And that's what I wanted to share today, is just one of those techniques, something I called balanced breathing, which is basically what the therapeutic world is calling 365 breathing. So that's a 5-second inhale in through the nose, 5-second exhale immediately out through the mouth, and immediately back in, 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, immediately out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You do that for 5 minutes straight, the continuous 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, and that gives you 6 cycles. And then you do that 3 times a day, and that's the 365. And they also recommend doing it for a full year. And really this breath is just why I call it balanced breathing, is what we would have done as a child, as a baby. You watch the baby as they breathe, you see the belly expand and release, nice and slow, long inhale, slow exhale. And it's very balanced, it's very even. And so that's what this breath is really bringing us into that balance, balancing the nervous system, the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. As we know, parasympathetic is the rest and digest, and that's something that can be activated more strongly with a longer exhale. Sympathetic nervous system is fight, flight, or freeze, and that's with the deep, fast breathing, or even with shallow breathing, can create this anxiety and this wanting to run, wanting to hide, wanting to fight, get all the energy going. And so again, use that long, slow exhale, because most of us are in that fight or flight mode, just because of the busyness of the world and the busyness of our own minds. We're constantly like, what's next? What I got to do? What's happening? And what's going on over here? And it's just so much that we realize we're not even breathing. Me especially, even now, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing this video and I got to like slow down and breathe. And so this breathing technique is really powerful, and that's what I wanted to share today, is 365 breathing, or what I call balanced breathing. And again, if you want to go along with me now, if you're still here with me, you're obviously interested, and I'll do a little guidance on how you can experience that right now and how easy it is. And also what happens with the mind as we do that, which is really interesting. So if you want to close your eyes and then just take a deep breath in through the nose into the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Immediately exhale. Inhale again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In again. And just notice how the mind gets irritated with this as you continue this in and then breathe out. Just notice how part of you is like, I don't really want to do this, or I'm getting ready to click off this video and I need something else. And just notice that as you be with the breath. And in that noticing, bring the attention, the intention, the focus down into the heart as you continue to breathe. And release. And drawing that energy down into the heart center, down into that space that connects us to all lifetimes, all identities. Start to find the peace, the comfort, and ultimately the wisdom that's going to guide you through everything. The more you do that, the more you use this breath and just focus on the breath, and then even focus deeper on the heart, things will start to slow down. The mind still races, but your focus, your energy is being fed to the heart, to the breath, to the now moment. Because without that breath, we die. It's the one thing that we need no matter what. We can live without food for a while. I can go without water for like 3 days, 4 days. But the breath is like always, 5 minutes if you're good at holding your breath, but it's not an enjoyable 5 minutes. So it's always the breath, always that life breath. And I had a psychic tell me many years ago when I first started this journey, I got a reading from her and she's like, you're not breathing, you're not taking the God breath. You're not breathing in that wonderful energy of the universe, allowing it to flow all through the body and breathing it out. So I invite you to try this 365 breathing, balanced breathing, doing it 3 times a day, 5 minutes each day, and see what happens. Let me know how you're feeling afterwards. And also what will often happen is as we come into presence, emotion's going to come up. Things that we've been kind of trying to stuff down or ignore or push away, that'll come to the surface. And so you just keep breathing, you keep focus on the heart. Don't go into the judgments, the analyzations. Don't go into the past with it. Although you'll maybe get a vision of it. Just come back to the breath and just be the witness of it. Be the witness of the sensations in the body. Just notice, but always focusing, always giving your energy and attention to the breath. For that is the presence, that is who we truly are, and that is the connection to all things. So thank you so much for watching this video. I did another breathwork class basically on breathing and the benefits of it. You can find the link in the description. If you'd like to work with me, I offer the Spirit Guidance mentorships, which is 3, 6, and 9-month programs where we explore with the breath, with the presence, with the energy of spirit that comes forth and guides us in every moment, and working with our guides and also doing energy work. So it's a holistic, spiritual, metaphysical, psychological journey that I take people on. So, and also the Sekhem healings, which is an ancient Egyptian healing art similar to Reiki. And that's working with basically the Natiru, the Egyptian gods, which are more like cosmic energies that have been presented in the form of archetypal elements for us to better understand our star brothers and sisters. And I experience them as being from Sirius and Orion, and understanding the galactic history, a lot of intensity with the Orion system, and ultimately they evolved and ascended beyond the fighting and the destruction, and they became this really powerful beings in understanding and navigating the inner drives and impulses and how to overcome what can be honored and also doesn't need to be indulged in. And so it's like being able to hold space for the more intense experiences that many of us have chosen to have here, although it doesn't feel like it, and it can be quite overwhelming and upsetting. So if anyone's going through something really intense, I feel for you. I can relate, maybe not to the exact same way, but I've been in some pretty hellish places, and yeah, I made it out, and that's what I'm offering other people. And even if you just want to go to the next level, that's what I take people to, because I don't have the answers, but you do, and I connect you to that place that has the answers. So if you'd like to work with me, I offer free 20-minute consultation calls. You can find them on my website, www.jasondonaldsonhealer.com. And again, healer is just a reminder. Like, I channel energy and I remind you of who you are, and that's what a healer does. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Aloha.